Welcome, welcome to Awake. Um, yes, today is December the 12th, 2025. What a special day um, in our struggle, in our revolution, and in our lives. So, I want to take this time to thank everyone who has been following us, watching us during this time to, you know, to learn one or two things. Together we grow, together we rise, together we win. Okay? So today's presentation is titled Release to Receive. Your struggles have no power in themselves. So, release to receive, that is very powerful. Release to receive. I know the revolution has hit another hurdle, um, bumper to bumper, right? So I know some people will be at this juncture um, having some conflict going on in their mind, but our commander in chief, Dr. Samuel Ikomesako, the president of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, has already issued a statement towards our cancer three um, brothers or comrades um, about the verdict. Huh? So it is not the end. That is just another hurdle for us to cross. So we are ready. We were ready and we are still ready. If we have been in this struggle for 9 years, 8 years, 5 years, you're still standing in this 2025, then you have to be prepared that the road is a bumpy road. And in every hurdle, we stand together and cross that until we get to the finish line. Okay? So shake no day, shake no day. Everybody should buckle up. We know what to do. Um, it is just like, you know, they say what? A miscarriage of justice. But do we sit back and do nothing? Then we let injustice thrive. But being in this revolution, it's about justice, it's about truth, and truth begat justice. So until justice is done, we're not going to stop. So they can bring whatever they have. We are ready. We are ready. So if you have been having some um, conflict of ideas and difficulties, you know, just be prepared that this is one hurdle we need to cross together. And so we go back to, doing what we have been doing. Continue to draft, continue to support this cause for our brothers who are in um, incarceration. Continue to support. That was just, it was not the final verdict. Huh? So I would like us to listen to the president um, respond on this matter, so we can also tap into that energy and, be prepared. The battle rages on until freedom comes. So thank you. Let's listen to the president before I continue. Director, please can you play that clip of the president responding on the issue of the three Kansas City?
Fellow Ambazonians, or a few days ago, a judge in the United States steered a case to what many legal minds are calling an inevitable conviction. One attorney who attended the session told me, "I have never seen anything like this in the history of the judiciary. Our three brothers were detained for 3 years, 3 good years, without bail and without trial. During that time, 3 public defenders resigned from the case out of frustration because the only assignment they were effectively given was to pressure their clients into a plea deal. Our brothers refused. They stood their ground. After all, what kind of justice demands that the innocent must plead guilty before they can be set free? And if you must plead guilty, guilty of what? What exactly? When the prosecution finally secured a plea deal from one of the 3, that brother became their lone cooperating witness. There were no real witnesses for the prosecution apart from this collaborating witness and a so-called expert witness flown in from Rwanda. An expert who claimed to work with an organization that allegedly has representatives in Cameroon. But that person has never set foot in Cameroon. The judge dropped the terrorism-related charge. Yet, from the very start of the trial, she shaped the proceedings in a way that shocked all seasoned legal observers in that court. She forbade the defense from bringing in the Southern Cameroon struggle or any other liberation struggle in the world into the trial. This might sound neutral on the surface, but in reality, it denied the accused the right to explain the context of their actions. And without context, you cannot argue self-defense. Without context, you cannot show motive. Without context, you cannot tell the whole truth. That was not just a technical error, in my opinion. It was a profound miscarriage of justice. Under this gag order, our comrades chose on the last day not to make any statements in court. I believe their attorneys advised them to remain silent and preserve their grounds for appeal. However, this is my opinion. In a jury trial where the accused is effectively the attorney in fact for themselves and their cause, one might have used that moment in front of the jury to present the full story, the full truth, until the judge physically stopped them. But here is what happened instead. Every time the judge wanted to restrict the defense, she first ordered the jury out of the courtroom. When a defense attorney tried to compare what was happening in the Southern Cameroon with the American Civil War, the judge asked the jury to leave the room, then rebuked the attorney outside the jury's hearing. The jury of 12 people never saw the pressure, they never saw the rebukes, they never saw the silencing going on in the court. To make matters worse, the defense was not allowed to call its own expert witnesses, even though 2 were present in court. And the result, the judge made the trial effectively one-sided. The jury reached a verdict based on a record that was about 90% prosecution and maybe 10% or so defense. The verdict was predictable under such conditions. It was justice done? In my view, the answer is an emphatic no. Not in the land of the free and the home of the brave. Not in a nation that claims equality before the law. Justice must not only be done, it must be seen to have been done. And here in this case, it was neither. Our comrades were not tried for fighting for the Southern Cameroon Ambazonia. as such. They were tried for specific actions the FBI tied to them as individuals. And tragically, much of the evidence the FBI used against them was information they volunteered to law enforcement without a warrant and often without fully understanding the implications. Let this be a hard but necessary lesson. Law enforcement officers are not your comrades. They do not volunteer information to them. If the law requires them to get a warrant before they talk to you or search you, let them get the warrant before they search you or your property. This is not stubbornness. It is called legality and knowing your rights. We want justice for our brothers and for all. A guilty verdict is a legal opinion based on limited facts. The true verdict is based on the truth. Facts can be manipulated. Facts can be filtered. Facts can be suppressed. The truth is divine. Truth does not change. And that is why truth must prevail. Earlier today, I spent time reading about Fidel Castro, and Nelson Mandela. I came away strengthened. Castro was branded a villain by much of the world, but I listened to his final speech at the age of 90, frail yet unbroken. And I saw how the people revered him. He was almost like a god. Mandela was officially labeled a terrorist, even by the United States of America, by the Congress of the United States. For more than 27 years, he was only removed from the terrorist blacklist after he became president of South Africa. So I ask you, who told you that our freedom depends on other people deciding whether we are right or wrong? Who gave any human being the divine right to define justice for another people fighting for survival and dignity? Who? History and history's true judges are not courtrooms. They are not courtroom officials, but generations yet unborn. My call today for commitment. I want to call every one of you to be calm and to renew your commitment. We, as your leaders in this government, will continue to defend our people. I can say that for myself. We will continue to exercise our right to self-determination. It's within the law. We'll continue to respect international humanitarian law and require everyone that is working with us to do same. We will continue to obey the laws of the countries where we are residing. We will avoid any action that could unjustly indict any one of us, including me, or this government, or the struggle itself. We must fight smart, not just fight hard. And hard we will fight. Can a fish resign from swimming because it is raining? No. The fish is at home in the water. The rain does not scare it. If you are a monkey or a baboon, you might run from the rain. But we are not running. We are not built to panic at every storm. We are fishes. We know the waters. We understand the struggle, and the rain is not our problem. There are generals in this revolution. I think I am one of them in the United States. These generals, we are the face, the public face of our struggle in the diaspora. If the United States as a state were truly against the struggle, we will not be able to assemble and address you on anything, on any platform. We will not be organizing openly. We will not be traveling freely. We will not be engaging with policymakers in Washington as we do right now. Some of us have been reported to the FBI countless times by internal and external spoilers. We know them, many of them. But the FBI does not simply pick people up because someone gossiped them to the FBI. They require probable cause and facts that can convince a judge that a crime is being committed to the point that the judge can issue a warrant before they can go after you. If the U.S. wanted to declare our activities in the United States criminal as a movement, they will move against the entire movement, not just individuals on specific actions. They will shut down our organizations. We are all registered by the state. or they will simply designate our struggle as a terrorist entity. They have not done so. They are not in the process of doing so. They are not contemplating that. We must not live in fear of our own shadows. This injustice against our brothers must be corrected. This is why appeal court exists. This is the typical case why appeal courts exist. My only sorrow is the pain of their continued incarceration while the legal process runs its course. But I'm almost certain of one thing, that if we do not abandon them, if we stay organized, focused, and lawful, justice will be done at the appellate level, at the appeal level. Our duty now is to support them legally, morally, materially, financially. Stay united, refuse despair, and finish what we started as a people seeking freedom, not chaos. Despite this bitter moment, I want you to hear me clearly. We have a golden opportunity today to finish strong and triumphantly. The enemy's power is declining in every sphere, politically, morally, and militarily. This is not the time to scatter. This is not the time to withdraw. This is the time to tighten our ranks, stay disciplined in our actions and speech, stand by our prisoners of conscience at home and abroad, advance our cause with courage and wisdom. We are not done. We are not defeated. We are not refined. We are just being refined. We are just being refined. May God comfort our brothers in chains, strengthen their families, and guide our legal team. May He grant us the grace to stand for truth until truth stands openly for us. Long live the people of Southern Cameroon and Amazonia. Long live our prisoners of conscience. The struggle continues and justice will have the final word. God bless you. Fine. We are just being refined. We are just being refined. May God comfort our brothers in chains, strengthen their families, and guide our legal team. May He grant us the grace to stand for truth until truth stands openly for us. Long live the people of Southern Cameroon and Amazonia. Long live our prisoners of conscience. The struggle continues and justice will have the final word. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're just being refined. We're just being refined. May God comfort our brothers in chains, strengthen their families, and guide our legal team. May He grant us the grace to stand for truth until truth stands openly for us. Long live the people of Southern Cameroon and Amazonia. Long live our prisoners of conscience. The struggle continues and justice will have the final word. God bless you.
Thank you. Okay, that was the president of Southern Cameroon Amazonia, President Dr. Samuel Ekomesako, and he is the commander in chief, and we as Ambazonians are standing with him and standing with our brothers, and as the Ambazonia motto says, all for one for all. So we are in this together. Um, One thing I caught in the president's speech, as a spiritual psychologist, um, it's about a statement where he said, truth is divine and truth must prevail. Um, because the trial is without context, or trial without context is not justice. And for our people watching us, and Africans watching us today, this should be a concern to all Africans, not just Amazonians. The African people have suffered throughout history In every generation, they're being discriminated at. Um, it is not time for us to just keep complaining and whining. It is time to act. And this generation, the never again generation, has proven that enough is enough. We're not going to sit back and let you people continue to throw dirt on our faces. We're not going to sit back and let that happen because, you know, like I keep saying, what is it that we value about ourselves when we don't have our mental capacities aligned with the God within? Those are principles, divine principles of truth, of conscience, of righteousness, and of justice, to align with those principles that we can fight our cause. It makes it difficult for us to succeed um, in any aspect because people out there, they have painted you and me as Africans. This is not about um, the issue of racism here, but it's about humanity as a whole, where some people have brought this partition, this division, this discrimination, and we see it continues from generation to generation. And we are saying on this platform in Ambazonia that enough is enough. We're not going to sit back and take that nonsense anymore. Every human being deserves the right to live the free will to make, the right of expression. We have that right. So it is not something that some people would think that others don't deserve, or some people don't deserve to exist or benefit or enjoy the resources of the land that they were born into. That is not right, and we're going to correct that. And that's why you see the Sahel, they are still standing strong. The Sahel nations, the three Sahel nations, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. And we of the Amazonia who started this movement, we say enough is enough. We have taken that dirt for a long time and we are not going to take it anymore. So today's presentation is about release to receive. Those divisive tendencies, those discriminations, those distractions, the corruption that they have been bringing to you for you to sell yourself short, for you to deny your own people, to deny your own country, to deny your right to exist free and live free. This now is the time to release that and enter into your freedom. Enter into that self-respect, that place of dignity, the place of integrity. Enter into that place where you visualize yourself living in your own country, free and sovereign to make your own decisions, to have a future for your children. The suffering of our people is just overwhelming, and we cannot sit in the diaspora and act as nothing is happening. As nothing is happening. For years since we entered into this that we were sold into this unholy union with La République du Cameroon. This conspiracy that we are correcting in this generation, this mistake that was done to us, it is time to rise as one. The month of December, I don't know if I showed us last time I was here. The month of December, when I did a numerology, in the month of December is a universal month. A universal month amongst all the months, it shows you that December is a month where people enter into their own wholeness, where you find clarity, where you find transparency, where you are taking the responsibility to change your narrative, to project your own image and perception that you want people to see you. That is what the month of December represents. You are going to reflect how you want people to see you. And the year 2026, when I did numerology, there is also a universal year. A universal year of 1 and 0, 10. And in numerology, you continue to add to have a single digit as the answer, which boils down to 1. That we are entering that universal year of 2026. A lot of things will be done to Ambazonia. Ambazonia, get ready. We have entered. This month is already ushering us into that month of freedom, that year of freedom. So, what we are seeing now in this December, it is just one of those things that they come to throw at your face to slow you down, to distract you. But hey, the president has said it all. He has said it all. Who has the audacity that they can stop other human beings from not having their own freedom? Who? Except you don't know your identity, except you don't know your self-worth, except you don't know your value. That's when others will come and trample on you. But we know who we are. That's why we are still in this revolution for 9 years, because we know who we are. So, what they have done in Kansas, it is not for us. We just look at that and, hey, there are bigger issues. We have a bigger picture that we are targeting. And those ones that they come to throw and put those hurdles on our way to slow us down, to distract us, no, we're going to deal with it as a collective. So go to your government and contribute. Go there and contribute to help our brothers, because that court there was just one step. There are other levels. There's the appeal court, there is the Supreme Court. Huh? So it's not something to be afraid. And you hear some people, oh, they're going to come after the commander in chief, the general, Dr. Samuel Ikomesako, has already said it. Our fight, our battle, our revolution is not something that we are violating any international laws. No. We have the right to self-defense. So if other countries could do it, citizens of other countries who are here in the United States, the Ukrainians, the Israelis, and others who could do that, the Palestinians. So what is different from that? How can you show open discrimination? Because of what? Huh? That some people are less human or subhuman and others are real humans? No, it doesn't work like that. The law is the law. The law is the law. The law does not discriminate. That is why when we say God is within you, God is not in the sky. So if somebody chooses to twist that law, to twist the truth, to distort the truth, it is our duty to tell them that no, you cannot twist the truth. You cannot distort it. It is divine. Those are the characteristics of that God within. Truth, conscience. Conscience there is just the law of mind. The law that guides our thoughts and our actions. That is your conscience. So if that judge who has no conscience can go around and twist and bend things and she thinks that she can go, oh, then there is a higher court, right? We go there. These are all humans in those courts. They are not some supernatural beings. They are humans like us, and we go by the law. So, whatever struggles that you're going through in your mind, in your life, because what we see out there is a reflection of what is going on in our minds. Africans, while our continent is like that, is what is going on in our minds. The continent is a reflection. Huh? That's a mirror of what is going on in our mind. So now is the time to fight and change that narrative. When you take a mirror and you look at the mirror, huh? Something is not right with that reflection there. How do you change that? It is you that change it, that reflection. You don't go, the reflection does not change. It can only move when you move. You can only see changes when you do the change within. So we have the power to change our narrative. Your affairs don't have the powers, the struggles, things that are happening in Amazonia today. How many people died in Lukumba when that gas tanker was uh, 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 lost control there and killed so many people, houses burned, and all of that stuff? What is that reflection there? Do we think because we are in the diaspora, there were people who fought for these countries that we're living in? They also fought and built their countries. So running away when you have any obstacle, or you start to panic, and this means that there is no hope. Who says there is no hope? Who is the one that gives you that audacity to say there is no hope? Are they the ones who started it? Huh? The people are crying. The land of Amazonia is crying of the mismanagement of her resources. Her children are weeping. Huh? People are there. Some family members were calling me today. Oh, we don't have money. They have sold cocoa. Their cocoa, even though they have reduced the price drastically, and these people, they have taken their cocoa, they have not given them any money. But your cocoa is with somebody else, a cocoa buyer. The cocoa buyer has not paid you any money for all your suffering, your hard-earned money that you deserve it. They have taken your cocoa seeds, and now, huh? Your cocoa beans are gone. They are still promising you, telling you, oh, this, that, that. Can you do that in America? Can you do that in Europe? Can you do that in any of these developed countries? People go for months with no electricity, no good roads, no hospital, nothing, nothing. And then again, your own hard labor at the end of the year, they come and just butcher the price like that. And then even to give you that little money, they are making promises. Your product is no longer with you. Amazonians, is there anything that will stop you from fighting till the end to bring justice to your people? Is there anything that will stop you for people dying indiscriminately, prematurely, and you think that somebody somewhere will come and rescue your people if you don't fight? If you don't stand up and say, no, this is not right, this is injustice, and we must address this issue. Tell me. So it is time for you to release those your petty, conflict that you have going on, those infighting or all of that, siding with the colonizer and the occupier, or collecting crumbs. Yeah, it is time to release those things, because when it rains on everybody's roof. The rain does not discriminate that, oh, this one is Mr. This, or this one is Mr. That, who did evil or who did good. It rains on everybody. It is time to drop all those your corrupt mindset. When you release that, you let go of those things and embrace. Receiving, release to receive. You are receiving what? Respect. You want dignity. You want clarity. You want accountability. You want to be responsible. A nation that has responsible people. That's what we are fighting. A nation that people are respected. Your skills are respected. You use them wisely to build your nation. A nation where there is a structure. Because where you are receiving is that place where you have this vision of a well-structured society. Not what we see there in Amazonia. Recklessness, all of that, lawlessness, everything. There is no structure. You look at the streets, you look at the roads, you look at the buildings, you look at everything. No structure. And when we come here, we sit here and we look at everything going on smoothly, how they run their society, their countries. We admire it, but when it comes to us, we don't want to fight. That is why they keep dumping shit, pardon my language, on our faces. Because we don't want to fight. We are quick to run to go collect them crumbs. Quick to run to go shift the responsibility to a God in the sky, a goofy God in the sky. We are quick to go shift responsibility to, this is my papa in the Lord, or my prophet, my this, my that. We don't want to be responsible. We don't want to be responsible. And so when you see someone like President Sako, who is determined to deliver Amazonia, bring justice, and some of you with your dirty minds, you keep going around making noise. This is not time for noise. You are completely, totally ignored. You're totally ignored. We want serious people. We want responsible people. Now is the time we are asking for everybody to dip their hands in their pocket, in their wallet, to come and contribute. It's not your prayer and fasting. Huh? I will say it here. I don't mean to attack anybody in their religion or what, but I'm just trying to open our eyes here. Let us see things clearly. This is the reality we are facing. It is not prayer and fasting. It's not helping. I believe there were people who are praying for our brothers in the jail. There are people who are praying for Ambazonians. But what is happening? Are the prayers delayed? Are there hurdles on the way? The messengers who are taking the prayers, are they being arrested, or are they being hijacked, or whatever? Whatever. The thing is, we need to go back to our minds. Go back to our minds and realign to this divine principle of truth, of conscience, of righteousness, and of justice. That is what answers prayers. You need to align in truth to do the right thing. And your mind, your thoughts, and all of that, they need to align that you are there to do good to humanity, to do good to Amazonia, to do good to Africa, to do good. That is how you get results. That's how you get results. Therefore, you need to strategize. You need to sit and brainstorm. What do we do before the president could make those statements? He had already gathered us. He had already gathered us. Come, this is what we have received. What do we do? Huh? You strategize and look for the way forward. You support financially to move things rolling. Huh? That is wisdom. Wisdom is what controls the world. It's what controls the world, controls the economy. It's wisdom. How do you govern your people? How do you run the economy? How do you know, improve the lives of your citizens? It is wisdom. It's a place of God, that divine nature within you. That's where you attain divinity. Divinity is that wisdom. When you can solve problems, it's problem solving. Solution finder. That is wisdom. So when you look at even all of these international organizations that claim to be controlling or ruling the world, do they have any solutions? Are they coming up with solutions to the problems of the world? From what we know, we see they are creating more problems, more wars. Huh? So where are they stuck? They are stuck in that place of survival. So whether you see their economy developing and all of that, mentally they are stuck. They are stuck because the solution, the problems of the world, the conflicts of the world, they don't have any solution. Coming with one, oh, we are going to do this, and then the next day, oh, this it has gone back to square one. No solution. So the year 2026 is a year where people will be coming out from that shadow, the shadows of lies and deception, the shadows of slavery and bondage and wars and corruption and all of that. It will be so conspicuous. Yes. So, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. because every year has its own energy. They are all respecting that universal energy. The humans don't want to respect that. But the years and the months, they will force you to respect it because they are aligned with that divine consciousness. You see, it is one energy. How do you use the energy? You use it for good or for bad. As the Christian Bible said, oh, God said, I create evil and I create good. It's how you use the energy. If you use it in creating evil things, causing confusion and wars all over the place, that is what you have chosen. If you use it to create good things, freedom, independence, sovereignty, and respect and dignity for people, that is what you have chosen. That is what you have chosen. So, the question now is, how do you wish your world to be, people of Ambazonia? How do you wish your world, your country to be? Because the inner world creates the outer world. Our minds, our thoughts, and our feelings, those emotions, we release them out here. They control our affairs and everything. So, no matter where you are in the world, Ambazonians, your reality is there in Ambazonia. So it doesn't matter what kind of standard of living that you are living in the world, in the diaspora. Your reality is there in Ambazonia. That's where you came from. So how do you want to project your world to the world, the entire world? How do you want to do that? How do you wish Ambazonia to be? Huh? Truth must prevail. As long as there is one that carries the baton, huh? That carries the baton, that baton of truth, justice must prevail. I can assure you that because President Sako is not blinking. Hmm? He's not moved by what goes on there. He's a strategist. Yeah? He's a visionary. So, how do you want your Ambazonia to be? How do you want others to treat you? That in all the education, we have so many educated people from the continent of Africa, and yet people keep dumping dirt on us. They keep treating us like dirt, like trash. So, are you going to sit there and go project yourself like those of you who are collecting crumbs? Because you're already dirt. You don't have no hope, no future for yourself. You don't see any good in yourself. So you go and relegate yourself like that underdog that people will come and be giving you crumbs when there are trillions and trillions of dollars under your soil. Just that fact, you know, the mere fact that you go to your own country where you have freedom, you build your homes, your houses, you know that it rightfully belongs to you. You are not paying mortgage for the next 30 years or 50 years in your life. But you know that in your country you have built your house and it belongs to you. You're not paying taxes for just the land that you bought, that you own. Huh? Where else can you find that? It is not in America here. Huh? It is not here. It's not in Europe. Only in Amazonia, only in Africa, you can find that. Where people build their homes and they sit there, they live in their homes, they own it, they're not paying any taxes or mortgage because you've already built it, it is your own. Where can you beat that? Where? Where in Africa that you will buy your own car? Huh? Where in the world? In Africa, people buy their cars and it's owned by them. It's not here we pay car notes. I've not even finished my own car note. Huh? For the car that I bought in 2022. Oh my goodness. People work and contribute. We are at the last phase of this revolution. We are at the last phase. So give your all. If you are watching me, give your all, people, and let's go home. Let's go home. Where you will not wake up and say, oh, you have not paid this bill. Oh, your car, no, they're coming to take your car. Oh, your house, you have not paid the mortgage. The bank is coming to repossess your house. Huh? Just think of those things. Think of those basic necessity in life that gives you peace. So let go of your struggles, those things that you are holding on to. Oh, if I'm not in this position, Amazonia, you're not going to go anywhere. Oh, if there's no unity warrior, and there's no going to be anywhere. Amazonia is going to be free, whether you like it or not. Stop holding on to that. They don't that your little tantrum does not hold any energy. Nothing. It is when we give relevance to those things, like this other hurdle that we've encountered, if we begin to, you know, oh, dwell on it, oh, this, our brother, this, our, even those of you praying, stop the prayers. People, I don't have the right to tell you to stop your prayers, but hey, you are giving the energy to that thing. Your divine energy, you are feeding it to the wrong thing. The matter needs strategy, it needs finances and all of that. And the lawyers who are, that is their specialty, they will do their job. So you just need to bring your money, contribute, and let's get our brothers out of there. Don't waste your time to be praying. That energy, save it to, save it and get some good sleep. That your higher self will come and bring you solutions. If you cannot brainstorm, your higher self will bring you solutions when you are calm. When you are calm, the God within will bring you solutions. Whether your personal struggles, the collective struggles, the God within will bring you. Say, listen to yourself, listen to that voice. And some people can hear it audibly, some people can see it in their dreams. They can hear voices in their dreams, instructions. That is what the divine self does. It comes to instruct, to command, and just to reveal what you are asking for. Because our human self is all about our wants, what we want, our desires. So, who perfects these desires? The higher self, the God within. He'll show you how to go about it. And there are systems that are in place that they show you how to go about things. So let's rechannel our energy to the right things. Raise funds, contribute your money, That is what we need right now. We need money to pay those lawyers. They are the uh, 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 um, the experts in those institutions. Lawyers are the experts. They know what to do. So all we need to do is to raise money and support. Okay? So rechannel your energy at this time. Huh? Rechannel your energy because our freedom is around the corner. Our freedom is around the corner. Do not be distracted. Do not be distracted. Do not live in fear. Uh-huh. All those negative media propaganda houses, they will take it and say all sort of nonsense. We are not moved by that. Mm-mm. We are not moved by that. 9 years is not 9 months. It's not 9 weeks. It's not 9 days. 9 years is very powerful. It's a year of struggling, manifesting, right? Nine is a birthing number. So to bring something, and that is what the freedom of Amazonia. So the 9 years period is what we are ending, and that will entering into 2026. Ah, boom, the universal year, the year of independence, the year of sovereignty, the year of freedom, all of that because now we have left our struggles behind. We've left our struggles behind. So, people, this is another test of our resolve, a test of our resilience, where we stand together, all for one, one for all. Let us rise as one people. Uh, you know, rise as one people. Everything is working for our good. Everything is working for our good. So cheer up, Amazonians, cheer up to those our comrades in the jail, those in La Republique, our ASAs at the home front, cheer up, and those in the diaspora, cheer up. Amazonia is free, and we are going to deliver it. Okay, so um, time to release so you can receive your freedom. It's not time for blame games. It's not time for regrets. It's not time for naysayers. It is time to rise, to move on. Keep moving. Keep moving. And soon we'll be in Bongo Square. We'll be in Bongo Square. Be positive and channel your energies to the right things, to the sovereignty and the freedom of Amazonia. And that freedom will come quickly, sooner than later. So, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next week. Bye.